As the electromagnetic grid continues to change, we ourselves are able to expand and see more. But as it changes, we have to change as individuals, and the consciousness and becoming more consciously aware and more fully integrated, and releasing ego, releasing judgment, because these things are part of what creates the duality on the earth. The judgments that we carry, the ego that wants to have power and greed.
That's so funny. I was thinking about releasing judgment just yesterday. When I'm thinking of, how do you do that? Is that through compassion?
Yes, that's looking at, that is, it's judgment. It can be judgment or just critical thinking that is skewed a bit. So when we're aligned, because I've been thinking, I don't carry judgment, but I do carry critical, I like things, I'm a Virgo, so naturally I like things in certain order, but that's me. But I also believe that we should do our best, and people are doing their best. So getting back to judgment, I spent 1 year in Singapore looking at people and looking at something that was beautiful or good on them, not looking at, the fact that they were heavy or this or that or whatever was going on. I just looked at what was beautiful in them. And my eyes began to see just that. And I wasn't judging before, but I decided that my own critical nature needed to shift. So I would see that, and then I would see their next step. What is their next step in awakening? And so this just allows one, when you can see that everybody's going through different things in their life. So one of the most important things we have today is to see that not everyone, but most people have a piece of the puzzle to share with us. And that piece of the puzzle will come from wherever they themselves are consciously aware. And I can say different spaces, but let's put it to what is above is below. So if we have a school, the earth is a school to gain greater conscious awareness and open ourselves to greater spiritual enlightenment. And if someone is in the first grade or high school, they will carry a different understanding, not always now as people are coming in, and not always back then, but it certainly is different than the teacher or the university professor or somebody who is a scholar at another level in a certain field. And we want to be able to not judge them as to where they're coming from, but look at the insight that they carry for us. So when you see someone or you're engaged, you want to find the insight and the greater understanding. And so that's why everyone here, no matter where they're coming from, has a piece of the puzzle to give to every single person, because we're all here as light beings, gaining greater awareness. And the only difference is one person may have more experience in a certain area than another, or may have done more meditations or have come down for a different purpose. So if we start to embody that more, that they have a different purpose, they have their journey, and isn't that great that I can open up and take a piece of their puzzle, and then I can perhaps share a peace of mind. Too many times we are living in a world that has belief systems or judgments, and then that's coming more from ego. Even my critical nature is coming from my father and myself, and wanting things to be done well and wanting things to be done right and the best way possible. And it may not be everybody else's way. Certainly, if you're going to work on a rocket ship that's going to the moon, you really do have to say and focus on the logic and the critical nature of everything fitting together. You can't have meters and inches working together, because that's where parts break down. So you do want to pay attention to things like this. But judgment is, I think, allowing ourselves also the freedom of being perfectly whole with who we are may help. Because right now, I don't know about many people, but because the electromagnetic grid is shifting and changing, it is directly affecting our mind, because we are electromagnetic beings. And therefore, imagine it affecting someone who has been traumatized as a young child, or has come down with parents who have, given them a hard time. Or they have come down with certain life lessons that are very difficult to learn. And some people have come down with very difficult life lessons. And we need to accept that. And that is, again, part of understanding perhaps numerology, psychology. For me, it's constantly stepping back into the light and aligning, which this morning I was brought up short to say, okay, am I aligned? And is my ego involved? So I guess if I'm critically thinking, there's a part of my ego. Is that making sense at all? With anyone? To release judgment. Let's get back to, yes?
The other thing I was thinking was the Hawaiian healing system, how they try to take responsibility for everything that happens to everyone else. And in that regard, it's easy. I think one of the processes of that is it releases your judgment. And I think that kind of makes it easier to not judge if you try to, you understand, or I could go on, but go ahead.
Yes, that's perfect. Yes, because, well, everybody else is trying to, they want to teach or they want to do it for somebody else, and they don't know how the other person is walking and talking and what they need to learn. They can offer the two words that came to me, which I use a lot, and I have been moving away from it because of people bringing in other words, and that is, what is my insight when I'm doing something? And my insight is, what am I gaining? And in other words, what am I recognizing more about individuals, humanity, human beings, how they operate, what I'm to learn? And the other is understanding. So if something happens and you're judging, you would first think, what was the thought that was in my mind that made me do that? And then you would ask for, what's my insight into what I'm learning here? so that the judgment is not there. It's the insight that's coming to you about somebody else. For me, I had it this morning, and the insight is that that person, that individual, is chosen to be where they are for whatever reason. And my insight is I don't have to try to change her mind, teach her anything. I understand that she doesn't want to see or can't see, isn't capable, or she has a belief system, and that's fine. And my lesson is to breathe and just let it go and see her as a beautiful being of where she is. Then the little thing comes in the back and goes, but her people's decisions affect me. And that's true. But if I'm going to become a complete divine being of grace and God, then I have to let go of the judgment and any ego persona I carry and step into pure light, saying, well, I'm divine, I'm God on earth, but I'm not the God, the source of all creation. And I don't know what's coming and what part she plays. I wonder what part she plays and why she's there. And then I looked back at an incident where I made a decision a long time ago that I wouldn't make now, but I did then. And I was obviously meant to make that decision. And in that decision, other people reacted in a certain way. And when I went to Spirit and I said, what in the world? I wouldn't have done that. They said, you made an agreement to make that decision so that these other things could play out. And I went, okay, well, I won't be making that again. So, yes, so we're learning. And each piece of the puzzle keeps coming out, because yesterday, two things come back to us now. The authenticity of your individual selves or soul. And that's why we're here doing our personal alignment to our higher selves as an individual with integrity, honesty, and complete trust. Has to be. Because we have to come from our authentic soul. And many people right now are not coming from their authentic soul. They are coming from an attachment to a belief system or a thought process. And when the information and knowledge is provided for people to see, they will then gain insight, understanding, and their interdimensional work of consciousness will shift. And there are a lot of people now who are coming out with their authentic souls. It's very hard when so many people are moving one way and you're standing there all alone and nobody's listening or accepting what you're saying, but you've got to follow the truth. But people want to be attached. We're born and we are detached from source. And unfortunately, or fortunately, the only way to refine that source is to go within and to do the work and to let go of all issues and all judgments and all attachments. Doesn't mean you can't have something or have a crystal or have this or have that and enjoy it, but you're not, that's not where your essence is. Your essence continues to remain with the divine creator. And therefore your ego isn't involved because you're open and expanded. So anybody should be able to bring you anything and you can see it and open your arms to it and be absolutely okay because it's all part of source. And everything is changing and we are not going to be the same that we have been because the whole electromagnetic grid is shifting. And somebody said, oh, it's got a tear in it. Well, that was an insight that somebody gave. And I thought, oh, we need to mend that tear. But maybe they saw it from a different point of view and they didn't understand that it wasn't a tear, it was a vortex coming in. Because remember, there have been a ton of vortexes coming in and all the sacred spots. And the journey we're going to go on today involves the sacred places on the earth that have held the energy. So we'll be releasing the old energy and we're going to be working on the new light source from our own essence, the truth of who we are. So it's getting the information from other people because they're masters in their own right and bringing it into our picture and expanding the picture. And my daughter likes to do puzzles. And so she's got this big puzzle thing that she puts her pieces on. And I look at it and most of the time I'm very good at puzzles, but not this one. And then she finally said to me, she has most of the side done. She said, it's easier to look at some of the pieces and put them together in clumps before they fit in the big picture. So I love the metaphors. Look at everything that's coming as a metaphor and as a symbol or as an insight or and ask for the deeper understanding. And in this, we build the puzzle together as masters. And we know that one person may be still working on certain issues we've completely let go of. And we don't need sympathy, we need complete understanding of light and beauty coming from the individual who's sharing their gifts and a remembering that we were there and how did we shift from where we were to here and just sharing it and being open about that because everybody's gone through things. So I would like to say that a couple things to go over real quickly. The physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual cycles, the cycles within the cycles of that through the year cycles, autumn, winter, spring, fall, the cycles of the, just went totally out of my head. The cycles of the 4 horsemen from the apocalypse, which are synthesize, analyze, internalize, integrate, and self-actualize. All 4 of those in the mind of the consciousness and the subconscious and the higher conscious through emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual have to keep cycling and evolving and opening. And a lot of people want to go back to when you were a child. What were you thinking? Just like when we were in Singapore, people wanted to sit and chant for a lifetime to get enlightened, and they still do, which puts out good vibrations into the earth. So there is a reason for that. But people who were in that used to come into the meditation along with others, because we don't need to spend so much time revisiting. You revisit as you move forward and activate new energy within you. So when you are feeling or thinking something coming up from the past, allow it to flow in and flow out. And one more thing, there are a lot of energies on the planet, because you're going to see this in the meditation, or may not see this. There are a lot of energies on the planet that are negative in the planet that need to go. There are a lot of people that are carrying the negative energies, but it's fine. It's here. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just part of evolution on the planet at the moment. With the work that's being done, your being and your eyes and the energy fields that are on the planet are here to open up the grids and the earth, and allow these to leave with the light. And that's what all light beings are doing now. So as we stay in the light and we hold into this light energy, it doesn't matter where you are. These energies are going to come and flow through. And all you have to do is say, I'm not entertaining them. I'm not entertaining them. I'm just not entertaining them anymore, because I'm not going to. And I'm not going to entertain the thoughts that keep coming to me from other people and individuals that are constantly wanting repeats over something instead of questions of new or something like that. In other words, if somebody is holding your mind like a family member, feeding you negative information, you don't need to hold on to that negative information. You don't need to allow what's coming in, which is confusion and electromagnetic shifting, to affect your body anymore. So today we're going to be working on that. So everybody take a drink of water. If anybody has questions or anything, I'd like you all to think of a word in your own mind, a word that you want to clear something, or a word that you want to bring in more light and more wonder. And if you're working on, there are a lot of people now working on what they want to do and not knowing how to clear this mess that's around them. And the mess is the electromagnetic energy frequencies that are distorting everything. And they're going to continue, because it's all shifting. It can't stay there anymore. So we're going to relax and get into a beautiful, comfortable position. And if you're laying down, beautiful. If you're sitting, fantastic. And as you relax your shoulders. And you take breaths, deep breaths, and relax your internal body, mind, and spirit. And you take another relaxing breath. And as you're taking this breath, beautiful, luminescent, light colors will begin to flow through your body. These colors are of a new world. These are opalescent colors, and they are flowing down from the source of creation, down through your body as you relax deeper and deeper. Your shoulders are relaxing and your hands are relaxing. Your electromagnetic energy fields and your frequency around your body is now aligning to your higher selves. And your souls being plural, for the soul body of your true essence is aligning to the greater souls of your essence and your body, and back to the central sun and source. And as you breathe and relax, you feel the movement of the liquid light flowing into your crown, and your crown begins to expand and open, and it is safe to open it. It is now the time to open and expand the crown. And as you do this, the water of the source creation around the earth flows through the sky, through the air, through into your body, and brings a deeper and deeper, beautiful green, blue, turquoise light into the cells, and your cells of your body drink up this water of light with the oxygen. And they drink up more and more light particles from beyond the earth plane. You are drinking up the essence of your soul, and you trust implicitly as you open your body, and the energy fields around you align with the silver and gold and copper strands, one into the other, and the electromagnetic frequencies of the earth are aligning with the new earth as it opens up your mind. And as your mind quiets, your conscious mind is put on a bookshelf. Let it sit there and ask that your higher self come in and talk to you, along with your guides, your mentor, the divine beings. Quiet your mind. Open up further the higher self. Let it expand. Quiet the mind. Let beautiful magenta and indigo surround it. Surround it. Let it sit on a stone now of magenta, beautiful purple light, and allow yourself to open. Open. Just look. Look as you open. Look as you're opening further and further. Look at the beautiful lightning of the electromagnetic energy field pouring into the sacred spaces on the earth from divine beings farther from this planet in the cosmos. And I would like you to find yourself moving to a sacred space on the earth. There are many of them. Australia, Egypt, China, England, France, the States, South America, Asia, India, Greenland, Iceland, the North Poles. Allow yourself to be 2 places at once or 3. Allow the sacred spaces to come to you. Allow them to open up the magic and the wisdom now. Allow it to begin to speak to your body. Allow it to clear and open up your body further with the truth of who you are. Take in the wisdom. Take in the new accords. Allow your body to adjust to the frequency vibrations that are flowing through you. the yellow threads from the energy fields in and out of your body. You can feel these. Allow your body to adjust to them. Your body does not have to remain in one position. You are expanding, so anything that comes to you at any time is welcomed as you expand and release. Allow your voice, silent voice, to open up to the screams, to the calls, to the beautiful sounds that come down into you, to the fragrances, to the essence and the truth, be it of the ancient old things that were done on the earth that you are now seeing and clearing with your presence of your light eyes and mind. For those things on the earth, deep into the earth, are being cleansed through us and by others, by the very heart of our soul. As our heart becomes stronger and stronger, the blood flows from our body into the earth, flows out through the atmosphere down in to cleanse through the colors that we carry of the gold and silver and the copper and the white and the dark light flowing down to heal the spaces, to open up their magic, to release all the old energy that has been stuck into the earth around. From the sacred sites, from the old cleansings and sacrifices, we no longer sacrifice anymore. We no longer need to do another's work or tell another what to do. We allow their purity to evolve now. It is evolving from your ground, out from your head, and it is evolving out as your crown gets wider and opens more to the cosmos. You are taking in clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairsight, and every single thing. Your conscious mind now is becoming telepathic. The words are flowing down into your body. Allow them to come, no judgment. Allow all things that had passed to flow through you and out, be it negative, positive. The duality is closing into pure light consciousness here. There is silence. There is the golden word. There is all that is past, no longer needed now, for the pure light of prosperity, the pure light of energy frequencies opening, of the ancient flowing into the new, is now coming onto the earth in perfect harmony, in perfect resonance. We know that many of you still carry the old belief systems, and we are asking you now to let those go. The body does no longer have to age. You must remember this. Please bring back the memory of this. Please bring back that the grandfather and grandmother wisdom that has been played out on the earth. We want you to take it back further, further, and further to whence they changed it to bring certain structures onto the earth plane in all cultures. We no longer need those. We want to remind you that the cells regenerate themselves, and we are asking that your cells relink to source through the mitochondria and through the cellular membrane and through their own true essence of who they are and what they are in your body, and that they reaccord back into regeneration, reacclimation of the energy cords from the electromagnetic energy frequency grid and realign into the new earth that is here. You do not have to keep your gray hair as you like. You keep it. You do not have to keep the wrinkles. They are no longer needed. You can regenerate on the earth as we have done many times before. We have lived to 200 years. We are asking that you understand this does not crowd the planet. There are many planets that we are on. There are many places that we are. We are asking you to remember this, to remember that instant healing is now to be embodied, that release of all old attitudes, belief systems, accords, laws are no longer valid in the new earth. For there is total freedom of creativity with a totally new economic structure that does not exist, is not here. There is no need, for you can create what you feel you need. You can do that now. You can do that now on the earth with your mind, as Satya Sai Baba and others have. You can create as you please. You can create positive upliftment of humanity. The old creations that were used, the satanic, the old rituals are no longer going to be used on the earth plane or accepted. That old will dissolve into another system, may dissolve into another planet or whatever, but it is no longer needed. It is just information, dear ones, as is knowledge. Knowledge used correctly leads to wisdom and love and enlightenment. So we ask that as you are at sacred sites now, you embody the fullness of that sacred site connected to the divine source of creation with the pure purple light, lavender light, deep, deep turquoise light, and light of turquoise, surrounded in golden forms of balls, flowing up into your body and up through the cells and up through your spinal column. Allow your body to release all that it needs to release at its clearing. Allow those balls of light to come up through your body, all the way out, taking out and opening up the palms of your hands and opening up the base of your feet and your crown and your forehead and your high heart and your heart. They are now stronger within your body. They can withstand a lot of what's coming on the earth plane. They are bringing you to new light codes of understanding. Allow them to flow into your mind. See them and allow yourself to share them with others as insights, as metaphors, as a deeper understanding and a piece of the puzzle. Symbols that are symbols of light that we have used for the millenniums of time that have been turned dark. They are now gaining more and more light as the angelic force flows in and around the earth, and more light surrounds the earth. And we just look at things that come to us with love and appreciation. When the confusion comes to you, just say to yourself, I align to the divine within me. Give me the insights. What am I missing? What do I need to know? What do I need to open more to? Share more with another. See in another. Understand from another. All beings on this planet are coming from their own specific, agreed upon state down in the earth. They have chosen their own name. They have chosen their own journey. It is not for you to judge. It is not for you to feel right or wrong. It is for you to step back into the source of the light of your pureness, for that's who you are. And it is for you to come with new insights of what humanity has gone through down through the ages of recycling, which you will no longer be doing, dear one. You will no longer be doing the recycling. And individuals will be able to jump to multiple higher dimensions of conscious awareness if they choose to. It is their choice. It is not ours. It is ours to give them light and love and allow where they are to be perfect and see it as such. For they have a job and they have chosen. And everybody's independence within the earth plane and on the earth plane and in the levels around the earth plane and beyond the earth plane are up to the individuals. For few, we are all one at source, but source is a multiple of places and beings, universes and dimensions. Humanity is here to gain back its humanity, and therefore choices have to be made. Surround yourself now in the golden white light and see the beautiful sparkling blue particles within the frame around you. Wrap yourself in these, and as you rise above the sacred spaces, see these sparkling blue lights along with the gold and green and purple and lavender and magenta flowing down into the earth as you rise up, surrounded in this sphere of a beautiful ball of luminescent light. And this is going to take you into a place of silence, except for a master who is coming to you to give you wisdom. Allow the master to give you, or you ask for, what you would like. Let it be of something for yourself. For only when you evolve and take on that wisdom does it go out for others that you might be asking for. So bring it into yourself first. See it expanding around you and listen. Holy. Inigo me así, el unia que il yamakuni siaron, Eti, Yaki. Let the awakened one within you open up farther with total trust, and allow the information to expand into your conscious mind now. The vision of two worlds, a world of light flowing down onto the earth, and you see and expand your talents and awarenesses in total alignment with the source of creation now, and you seal it completely now. There is now a flooding of divine angels, all the archangels and other angels and masters. Allow yourself to feel those beings of light flooding down in and around you, and particularly touching you. Allow divine beings to be around and feel their presence. And from the top of your crown, open up and see your soul essence unite with them as an angelic master, cloaked in beautiful white light with a flame of beautiful turquoise or lavender or purple or green light around you. And feel your heart and your physical body aligning to this frequency that is now on the earth plane. And as you open your heart further, it becomes a beautiful, strong seal of light over your heart and your emotional body that is open. And your high heart, a beautiful white seal of light, open over your high heart. And over your third eye, the star of light, beautiful, sparkling, golden white light, the seal of light. And at the base of your spine is a beautiful green ball, a seal of your cosmic seed of light. Now in this beautiful space, as you feel the divine presence, we would like that you open your own conscious mind and begin to feel the body again. Feel the body in this space. open your eyes and allow that beautiful radiant light out of your eyes to see with that light that flows through your body now and flows through the cells and through the cellular membrane of not only your cells, but your body. We ask as you come back, you see that. Open your higher conscious mind to see that. Open your eyes to see that now. Bringing yourself back with a word, if you like, or a flower, or something of comfort, or just the pure light that you are. Allow yourselves to come back. Come back into the present, back into your body, sitting, feeling yourselves here. We will invite if you choose to share, but there is never any pressure to share. There is no need to share. Even if you choose not to share your name is already known. But if you choose to share it and unmute and just share your name, that gives extra power to yourself that you have just embodied. But sharing is not necessary. It is just another piece of the puzzle. So as you bring yourself back into the room, back into opening, if you would like to come back and share, please do. But before we come back, I would like to just say thank you, thank you, thank you to all the divine beings present here in the circle, Meenakshi holding the circle, and all the spirits who have joined us, who have been released and are now free, all the divine angels and archangels and masters, and the other beings around the earth, for they are truly with us now, and we are truly blessed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, come back and please unmute yourself if you'd like to share, and have some water if you need it. As you're coming back, I would like to talk very quickly about bringing your self back into the awareness, the north, south, east, and west, the medicine wheel, the shaman medicine, that we are shamans, sages, and healers. Sometimes people like to put themselves in one category. Sometimes we find ourselves in all the categories, or moving between them. Remember, there is no one way anymore. There is no just, unless somebody chooses to feel that or be that, in which case that's perfect. However, the word shaman has carried many meanings, but there is another word we like to introduce, and that is the light being. The light being is the shaman. The light being is the sage. And the light being is the healer. So that is what the new children are. That is what the new children have. And that is what the children long ago, like us, many of us, have come down to share, to open up this place, the portal, the earth, so we can be a planet that has humanity for humanity. So please bring yourself back, and anybody would like to share something.
I'll share real quickly. Just when I first started, I know you were talking about light and dark and you know, duality and all that. And I don't, since it happened during your meditation, I just thought I'd mention, I was, as everyone knows, I always wear headlights, and I was trying to plug in the batteries for them in the beginning of the meditation, and when I took them off, I couldn't see, so it was dark. And then I saw the light from my phone, but I was thinking, oh, when it's light, things are just so much easier. And then when it's dark, yes, I could still get the plug in the headlight, but it takes a lot more time to find the little hole and get it plugged in. And, you know, it's still possible, but it's a lot more of a struggle. And I'm just saying, the light just seems to make things a lot faster and easier, and it just goes more smoothly when you have the light. That's all.
Wow, that's perfect. And that goes along with when you find yourself in the emotional body with drama and trauma. If you can just realign and breathe and stop, look, and listen, or stop, look, love yourself, and release that energy field, you move into the light. And then you're not in the darkness of the emotion. That's beautiful. Thank you for that. Yes, it's a lot easier. Yeah, thank you. And for me, I will add that I always say my eyes can see perfectly in the dark. And recently, my eyes don't see perfectly in the dark so quickly. And I say, it's okay to turn on the light. It's okay to do things that we need to do to make our way forward without staying in the light and staying in balance and seeing our way forward. So that's perfect. Thank you. That's great. I love that analogy, because that the minute we move into judgment, we're moving into the dark. It's the emotion, the ego. So that's perfect. That helps. Another piece of the puzzle. Does anybody else have anything? That's so good. Does anybody need help coming back from where they are? If you would like to share, just unmute yourself. While we're waiting for somebody to unmute themselves, I would just like to give a little information as we go, or anybody else can. We know that the South is, in the Native American culture, the South is a serpent healer. So the caduceus coming up, and the linking of the silver cord, where we are asking people to take on the golden cord of light, along with the copper cord. The copper cord is brought in for the electromagnetic energy field to help balance you. A lot of people don't realize that copper is grounding and may become a precious metal, which it is because it's expensive. So that is the center of the caduceus and healing. That's why the Faraday cages, with all this electromagnetic energy, we have Faraday cages and other things, the beamer and stuff like this, to help keep our electromagnetic energy field clear. We have the West, which is the jaguar, trackers and hunters, and they can see beyond. And can't we all see beyond as well? So we're all healers. We're all trackers in a sense, as we're looking at humanity and how humans evolve and the characteristics of how they've chosen to come down and how we can expand through our enlightenment of getting lighter. The North for sages, the wisdom, the academic, the hummingbird, the dragonfly, the nectar of life. But do we have to go into the astral and just stay there? No. We are beyond that. We go into the astral and we can move anywhere we choose because our minds are open. And that is why we have to come from pure light and pure love and pure wisdom, because when we're thinking something, anyone can tap in and we can tap into anyone. And we must not tap in unless there is someone's asked us or a need to help clear the energies on the earth. And as we clear the energies for the entire earth, our energy goes out to everybody as sparkling lights. It's the lunar time coming up. So it's service. And east is the eagle. It's the vision. Again, no obstacles. For we are unbounded, eternal, and infinite. And when we first were, we were unisex. We were both male and female because we were creators. We came from source. So as we create on the planet now, create yourself back into harmony and alignment, and bring yourself back as an animal that you choose or would like to see, or you feel you are. And if we can open up, if you're ready to come back, again, if somebody would like to share the animal or bird, I would like to say that all mammals are attached. And that's why people continue to want to be attached. Remember, when we get born, our cord is cut. That's why Tibetans have the ceremony, the cord cutting ceremony. And we are separate. We live separately and we pass on, die separately, but we are eternal. So you're still conscious when you are leaving. But down on the earth plane, people like to be attached to communities, attached to people. And so for many people, a number of my friends find that they're very alone because many people don't think like they do, like I do, like we see everything and we are open and we have a different thought process. Some of them do. And so they feel more connected when they're out in nature now because it revitalizes them. So becoming authentic and being able to be in any community or with people coming from pure light will activate those people just by your standing and being in your truth. You don't even have to speak anymore because the light that you are now carrying is of a mind consciousness that automatically goes out. And we are asking that it go out with the frequency instead of intimidation and intrigue. That you take a moment with the animal that you have received. And with that animal, see the light and the joy in it and see its little if it's a monkey, how cute it is and it's nervous, you know, it's little playfulness, and whatever the animal or bird is. And we would like you to take and see, instead of it intimidating or intriguing, that all it does is smile and bring beautiful light to the being that you're seeing and to yourself. It is now expanding that where you are right now. Feel it, hold it, take it in. Take in that light that is expanding through your being with that animal or bird, and feel that authenticity of divine soul source. That is who we are. That is who you are. So if you have the animal and would like to come back now. Tree, did you get an animal? Did anyone get an animal?
Hi, I'm White Feather, and I am White Wolf.
Wolf. Oh, beautiful. White wolf. That's beautiful. Oh, I love it. Thank you, White Wolf. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And did you want, is there a word or something else with the medicine that you got of the White Wolf? Joy, freedom, whatever, or just a feeling?
Like a guide, just to call on that energy of not a vague power, but sort of a power, or and I don't mean power like the world means power, more, I don't know, it like completes me somehow.
White power, light power,
Yeah,
purity.
yeah, something more like that.
Purity. Yeah, it's completely purity. Purity of the soul. Thank you. That's lovely. Anybody else like to share an animal they got? No? Well, if everybody liked to stay in their space, that's great. I'd like to say just with your animal, just embrace it and see yourself out there with it. Meenakshi, did you want to share something? No?
Yes, thank you. It was very deep. I'm still processing a few things, so nothing to share right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, this has been a wonderful journey. Thank you all so much. Stay where you are, and we'll just do a closing of gentle breath in and out. And within your own mind, we'll say the ah, hu, and om. Ah, hu, om. Let your voice continue up through the octaves of Om. And so it is. Have a beautiful, blessed Sunday and a wonderful week. And I can't thank you all enough for being here. Namaste, everyone. Enjoy. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.